Hey, what's going on everybody? This is Carlos with Dr. Wheel. I thought today we'd do something a little different and look at a day in the life of a technician. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Here we are on our way to our first customer of the day. We'll go ahead, once we arrive, we'll talk to the customer, explain to them the time frame that we're going to be looking at. We're going to also explain to them the result, what they'll be like. It normally depends on the wheels. In this case, they will be machine finish wheels. So we'll go ahead and explain that to them. And I'll show you the details up next. They're okay. After talking with the customer, we can go ahead and get started. Now here we can see the amount of damage. Really, this wheel has, it's moderate, pretty much on half of the wheel. Here you can see it's a two-tone wheel that we're working on, or wheels. I believe we have three in this case, in this car. Two-tone or machine finish just means that the inside of the wheel is the painted gray part. Well, it's painted, and the machine finish is the face part. So two-tone, painted, and machine finished. What we'd like to do here in this case, when damage is on the edge, we'd like to go ahead and polish. And this is what we're going to do in this case. The other wheel on the other side wasn't too bad. Half the wheel as well. Here you can see just a little section is chipped. We'll go ahead and jump right in and get these repairs started. We're going to go ahead and get started here with the repairs, starting off with grinding. That is used with this grinder here that we have. Attached is a pad that we use for typically heavy damage wheels. In this case, I'm going to be using it on just one section of the wheel that was pretty damaged. On the rest of the wheel, then even to go over it again, I'm going to be using this other pad. It's a brown pad that is slightly softer, but it helps us make sure everything's smooth, even, and helps us get rid of that bigger damage. Alrighty, and from there we're going to go ahead and move on to sanding. Sanding, we use these Velcro pads. They attach right onto the sander like this. It's a 3-stage sanding that we do for machine finish wheels. We use the rougher sandpaper to go ahead and make everything smooth, get rid of any grind marks. And then here you can see we're moving over to our second stage. Takes off the grit. Helps us make everything, again, smooth. Get rid of any burrs. And then we use our final stage here that helps us prep for polishing. After we're done sanding here, we like to wipe away everything, make sure it's clear of dust. Use our air hose to blow it all the way. Make sure that when we start sanding, we don't pick up any of the particles and make more scratches. Here's our polish that we use with the pad. This is the compound that we use as well. It's used to go ahead and make a high polish, I'd say mid to high polish that we use. So we go ahead and apply it to our pad, and we go ahead and start giving it a polish. Alrighty, once we're done polishing, we'd like to go ahead and wipe down the wheel, make sure it's clean of any contaminants before we go ahead and apply it clear. And here we have the results. After making sure everything's smooth, everything's nicely polished, we've cleared everything clean. You can see that or I guess you can't see the damages. Everything's been repaired pretty smoothly. It blends in really well. And these are the results we're looking for. Now we're going to go ahead and get started and do the exact same thing on the second wheel here that we have of the three. This random feather, we should go ahead and remove that. But we're going to repeat the same process, same steps. We're going to grind the damage down, In this case, we didn't need to use the smaller sand disc or grinding disc because the damage wasn't that heavy. We grind everything, we go through a 3-step process of sanding. We go ahead and polish, wipe everything down, clear it. Exact same process, exact same results. Everything nice, clean, blended in. That's what we want. Moving on to the final wheel, we got this one already repaired. You can tell everything looks good. We're going to go ahead and talk with the customer, let them know not to wash the car for 7 days, not to touch the wheels for 7 days. They're okay to drive, and we'll go ahead and pack up our things. Moving on to our second job here, we're going to be working at a dealership. You can see on camera to the right, there are other vendors as well. They will have typically people that wash cars, tint windows, etc. We're here to fix these wheels. This dealership does specialize in Teslas. We're going to be working on 2 Teslas. Our number of appointments typically are about 5 to 7 appointments. It does vary, however, on the amount of wheels per appointment and the severity of the damage per wheels. In this Tesla, we will be working on the painted silver wheel, which is a little bit a different process than the machine finish that you just saw. So we'll go ahead and break that down. We're going to start our repairs here, same process as last time, minus the 1 step we did on the sanding part. We're going to go ahead and do a 2-step sanding versus the machine finish was 3-step. You can see all the dust that this sanding creates on a painted wheel because of the primer, the clear, and the paint that was on there. Some manufacturers will actually include extra layers of paint. That will create more dust, so it's important that when we are working on the wheel, we're wearing our protective mask. We're going to go ahead and clean the wheel down as well from all dust. Make sure that when we're spraying paint or that adhesion promoter or clear, that it doesn't get stuck to it. This is going to be the airbrush that we're using. We're going to be putting on adhesion promoter, which just helps our paint stick onto the wheel better. Here's the silver paint we're going to be using to paint this wheel. It's going to be a perfect match. We're going to use this cardboard piece as well. This will protect the car and the tire from any overspray. What I'm doing is I'm spraying to make sure that I get the exact pattern, amounts of paint, and amount of air going through the hose to make that perfect mixture. It doesn't come out too runny, it doesn't come out overspraying or dry, and creates in excess amounts of paint on the wheel. Here I'm wiping down the wheel with what we call a tack cloth. What this does is it helps remove any excess spray from the gun, makes sure the finish from the paint looks clean. We'll go ahead and spray clear coat. This will give us a nice shine to the wheel, match the rest of the finish. And here are the results. We did all 4 wheels on this car. Here is the other side. And same story, same results, same steps on all 4 wheels. Here's our third and final car of the day. This one is also all 4 wheels. You can see that these are damaged just on the lip. These Tesla cars, they have typically a hub that goes over everything, covers the main facelift and just exposes the lip. So we went ahead and did the repairs. You can see the paint matches. The lip is smooth. The repair came out great. And this is pretty much going to wrap up our day. Time to head home and get some rest. Thank you everybody for watching. Like and subscribe.